Hello, it's Mike here for GAK.co.uk. Today we're looking at the new Fender Deluxe Active 2016 models. I've got the Ash model here, which is a beautiful, beautiful piece, really nice, interesting grain. What's cool about these is they came out after the old Deluxe Actives, which have been out for a while, but what they've done for this series is they've effectively made it like the new American Elite series, but much more affordable. So they have a 18-volt circuit, which is done by some very, very easily accessible dual 9-volt battery covers on the back. And then you've got a active circuit, which is on at the moment. So it gives you a very full, very, very full sound. You could also switch that off. So here's the same bass, but without that circuit activated. Still sounds like a very good jazz. So what's interesting with these is you've got a very similar kind of spec and aesthetic to the American Elites, but they are substantially more affordable. So what we've got here is a set of dual coil ceramic noiseless pickups, so very similar to the old American Deluxe kind of vibe. So you're getting a very, very good quality pickup for a very, very good price. Also the high mass bridges, which are Fender's sort of equivalent to something akin to the Badass 2. So excellent sustain and very, very good for your tuning intonation is solid. It's very, very good overall bridge. Cool, so the actual electronics, what we've got here, if I switch my active back on, what we've got is the overall volume, and then we've got the pickup balance. So this is on like a little notch in the middle. So right now here it's like the 12 o'clock as it were, is a complete mix of both pickups. So if I want to have more of my neck pickup, I just switch towards the front, back to the notch, and if I want to go towards the bridge pickup, I then just have it all the way around. Obviously this is a blend, so you can have a little bit of back but mostly front, or mostly back with a little bit of front. So the actual stack knobs here at the back for the active circuit are the bottom one is your bass. So this is your bass boost, and back to the notch, and then a bass cut. So recording wise you can have stuff with, say, like a lead part without all the bass in. So I can then put that bass in completely on the other side of it and have a very very solid bass tone. The same applies to this top part of the knob, which is the treble. So I can either cut that out completely, which makes it a lot more subtle, old school, Motown kind of vibe. Or I can have the opposite, so back up to 12 o'clock, all the way up again. You should be able to hear as well a certain amount of hiss. And that's an extremely, extremely bright circuit. This guy at the back is your mid control. So by having this completely off and having your bass up and say your treble up, you can get a very kind of Music Man-esque sound with lots of mid pop. So it's a little bit less jazz bassy. However, when you put the mid in, you should be able to hear that audible kind of boost, because it's bringing up all of those mids, all of that kind of presence. So you get a very, very solid tone. Really, really solid. So if you're into punk or anything that you just want a bit more sort of beef to it, you can have a little bit of bass and more of this mid, and it gives you an extremely solid tone that cuts through pretty much any band situation. Really nice. Cool. So like a few other little bits on the bass. Your neck is a beautiful, lovely grain on this one as well. Maple neck with a maple fretboard with binding medium jumbo frets and black inlays. So it's kind of a, it's very sort of 70s feel to it, and it's got a fairly flat kind of fingerboard as well. So very, very comfortable to play. Lovely satin finish on my back, like standard nice Fender tuners. Yeah, it's really quite a delight to play. Also the new heels on the back, so your high end is very accessible. They're great basses, absolutely great. So ideally, if you want something that's the standard models will be around, let's say like eight to £900. The Ash one does cost more because the Ash body is more expensive, but they do vary. So for effectively half the cost of a American Elite jazz or precision bass, there'll be another video on the new Deluxe Active P bass coming out soon. So yeah, you effectively get what you get from the American Elite for a much more affordable package, but without sacrificing tone, playability. They're really great instruments. So what we're going to do is just run through a couple of bits of the tones and sounds you can get from this bass.